Hey everybody, so here we are on a beautiful foggy morning in Provincetown on Cape Cod. I've got my Polaroid i2 camera, and I thought I would talk about today, how would you expose a scene like this given the fact that we have fog? Now we all know that Polaroid material and Instax material both have a narrow exposure latitude. That means the highlights have a tendency of blowing out very easily, and the shadows have a tendency of becoming completely black very easily. Now, if I was exposing this particular scene here of this old wharf with traditional negative material, I would sort of overexpose by a stop to two stops. That would ensure that the fog wouldn't reproduce as like a heavy gray, but would reproduce as a lighter tone, yet I would still maintain all the subtleties. Because of the narrow latitude of Polaroid material, the way that I would expose the scene, we're gonna do a test. I'm gonna shoot one exposure at normal, at what the camera suggests, one exposure at +1, so using the exposure compensation dial here on top of the camera, I'll overexpose it by one stop, and then we're gonna do one at +2. My suspicion is +1 should be just about right. +2 is probably gonna blow the highlights out. So I'm gonna use my amazing model, my wife Eve, for the shot, and let's see how the results look. Hey, so here I am about an hour after I've done the shots. We're in beautiful Wellfleet, Cape Cod at the Bookstore Cafe. I'm waiting for my much beloved bowl of clam chowder, and let's take a look at the Polaroids and see what we think. Okay, so this is the normal exposure one, and I actually think it's really good. You're still keeping detail in the highlights out here. The overall contrast and density is really quite nice. If I then show you one stop more, this is interesting. I'm still holding the highlights. It's a little washed out, but if I'm gonna scan this to make a final artwork, this is still very usable. Ideally, I think it's somewhere between these two. If this is what the camera's suggesting and this is one stop over, I might go +1/3 or +2/3 just to bring these values up, but either one of these are very usable. And the third one, you can see, this is +2 stops. It's gone, absolutely gone. Now, if this was traditional negative material, like 35mm 120, you would absolutely be able to hold this. But by seeing these three together, what you're really able to visualize is just how narrow the exposure latitude is on the Polaroid material. So it's so easy to clip those highlights. So if I was working and with a 600 speed film, I'd be using one of these two exposures, either normal, +1, or +1/3 or +2/3 would be really perfect for a foggy day or a snowy day.